Hello, I'm Dr. Harper. This video is just going over the syllabus for Operations Management BANA 3000 Section E02 for Springs 2021. Now you can find the syllabus in a number of places. One is on Canvas, but if you go to Canvas, under the home page, you can come down and see with the website. If you click the website will also have, under Operations Management tab, we'll also have the syllabus right here. Also a link to the textbook. You can click this textbook here and it goes to Amazon if you want to purchase it there. And then you can download the syllabus. Here you download the syllabus. So you can get the syllabus in a number of places. Or you can download it here. This will open the syllabus and then you can download it from up here. So a number of places to get to the syllabus. Let's bring up the syllabus and let me just go over the syllabus today. So in the syllabus, this is BANA 3000 Section E02, an online course. This first part here is just a description from the course catalog. And I put it in here to match up this course with the catalog. A couple of things that are important in this course description is first the prerequisites. 2010 is statistics, accounting 2200. And those are prerequisites. The way I see prerequisites is that information should be known before you come into this course, statistics and accounting. So this course will not go over statistics again. It will not go over accounting again. It's a prerequisite. So the way I define that is the way I use that is that you should know that material before you come here. On the other hand, however, if it's been a while, you don't understand statistics, for example, and you need a refresher, then I'll certainly help you. Just say, could you tell me about this? Well, it's not part of the course. So outside of the course is when I'll help you as much as I can. There's where the Zoom office hours come in. So I'll have Zoom office hours every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Come and then we can one-on-one. I can go over statistics and help you as much as I can on what you need to know. But it's not technically part of the course. I will not take up the course time and really cover statistics. I'll assume you know it. The other is the C, grade of C or better. If you come down here in this first page, if you notice, I don't give plus minus grades. You'll either get a C, a D, or a B. So I don't really do the plus minus grades, but so therefore the C minus doesn't really apply to this course. Okay, here's the schedule. In the schedule, notice that there's 6 topics here before the break. Each topic will have a homework assignment, and notice I have 2 weeks for every topic. Now the reason I do that is the first week will be a lecture, a video lecture on the material, presenting the definitions, presenting the concepts, in some cases the applications, and then the second week here will be a homework video where I'll focus on the homework and show how to do the homework, how to set it up, usually the quantitative part of the homework. The qualitative part will come from the videos in the first week, the qualitative. The quantitative will come in the video in the second week where I'll go in and actually work the problems. I'll work them for you, but not all the way through. I'll show you how to set them up. I'll show you how to work them. And the software we will use in here is exclusively Excel. I'll use Excel all the way through, but it'll be progressive. I'll show you how to use it every time, how to set it up, how to open, how to put the data in, how to analyze it, how to solve the problem. In some cases, I work all the way through. In some cases, I'll work it up to the last click and I say, I'll let you finish it. I'll work part of it and let you go on and finish it. And if you have any questions on that, you have 2 weeks here to ask me about the material. In the last week, I'll have the homework lecture video, the homework video coming out on Monday. So I'll have Monday night at 7, Wednesday night at 7, Friday night at 7 on office hours to ask questions about it. So I'll have 3 times. So I'll have 6 different office hours. You'll have 2 videos in order to do the homework and get it submitted. But notice the homework is due by 11:59 p.m. No late assignments are accepted, and it's on a Sunday. So notice we start on a Monday, end on a Sunday. on a 2-week period. And so, right here, start on a Monday, January 25th, end on a Sunday. 2-week period, but you'll have, during those 2 weeks, you'll have 6 office hours that you can engage, and then 2 videos that you can learn from, and they'll be recorded. And both of the lectures will be recorded. The links will be in Canvas, and you can watch them as much as you want. And then do the homework before the Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Notice no late assignments are accepted. I'm very strict on that. I don't accept anything after 11:59. So you have 2 whole weeks to do this, 10 questions. So manage your time. Make sure you get in on time. Okay. After the break, I have an exam and an individual project report. And the point of these last 2 assignments is exam. And notice both of these due by the end of the course. Now, the end of the course is Saturday, May 15th. So you have 3 weeks to do the exam and a project. So be very, very careful with submitting them by Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Nothing is considered after the end of the course. And if you don't submit it, you get a 0. Anything not submitted is a 0. Now in the exams, I designed the exams. I designed the exams for evaluations. What I mean by that is I want to try very hard to ask questions you should know, not questions you should not know. As a matter of fact, to help you and support you with studying and preparing for the exam, during that week I will post a video, and that video will be a review guide for the exam. How to study for it. Here's the topics. Here's what will be on the exam. Here's what will not on the exam. In some cases, I'll say these are the exact questions I'll ask. I'll just change the numbers around. So come in. It's open book, open notes. Come in prepared. And if you're coming prepared, usually people get done very quickly and do very well. And so a lot of this is not about knowing the material. The exam is about preparing for the exam. Reading the question carefully, reading the answers carefully, tying them with your preparation of the material, and connecting those, all 3 of those. It's not about knowing the material. It's about the process of taking that exam. Now, the individual project reports, I'll also give I say review here. I'll probably give that review earlier than that. These project reports, I have different options, which I'll talk about later. It's just putting together a report and submitting a report. Okay, as far as the grades are concerned, notice no plus minus grades are given. I want to emphasize that again. 6 homework assignments, 10 points each. A project is 10 points. Exam is 30 points. Now, I don't say that specifically in the syllabus, but I've been doing this more and more, and I'll do it this semester. I'll go ahead and say it up front because I'm going to be doing it. I hesitate to say it up front because sometimes people take advantage of it. Don't take advantage of it. Be careful. Well, what I'm going to say is your grade, I have this policy that your grade on the exam, if that grade on the exam, the percentage grade on the exam is greater than any percentage on a homework, then I'll replace that homework grade with the exam grade for only one. If the lowest homework grade, whatever that is, if that's lower than the percentage exam grade, then I'll replace that homework grade with the exam grade. But I only do it for only the homework. But if all your homework is higher than your exam, then I won't. But the exam still counts. But it could count twice if a homework percentage is lower than that exam percentage. But I don't do it for all of them. I just do it for one homework. Because usually people, not usually, but often, people will mess up on one homework. Well, the exam can replace that. But I will not replace it for more than one. Okay. Now, as far as exams are concerned, your grades based solely on the percentage of your grade measure performance, according to the table below. Now, what I mean by this statement here is that your grade is based solely on the percentage of your grade measure performance. In other words, whatever you get your performance on these grades, on these measures, that's your grade. What's important there is what your grade is not based on. It's not based on attendance. It's not based on participation. It's not based on how many times you view the video or come to office hours. It's just on your performance on these measures. In other words, your grade is based on the percentage of how many points you earn, divided by the total possible points. That percentage is compared over here in this table. That's how your grade is applied. That's how your grade is determined. Now, one caution here is that be careful with Excel. Be careful with Canvas, because Canvas will give percentages, and those percentages are not always correct, because they'll do different things and they measure these things different ways. Don't say, hey, this is my grade because I have a 90%. Not necessarily. That means you have a 90% of how they measure it, but that's not how I measure it, because they might not count some things, and I do. In other words, if you don't submit a homework assignment, you get a 0 for that assignment. If you don't submit it, sometimes Canvas doesn't count it, but I do count it. So your points that you've earned, if you have 0, you don't earn that. That's 0. Earned out of total possible, that percentage is what your grade is based on. So be careful with that. So let's go on. In the course workflow here, I've already mentioned most of this, pretty much all of it, but I put it in writing for you to go over it. The first week of the course, read the syllabus carefully, and I'm going over it. Identify all the online resources for this course, the website, all the Excel. Also on the website, I didn't mention this. Also on the website, if we go to the website here, where's my website? Notice down here, there's videos down here. This is the website under the Operations Management tab. Not only is the syllabus and textbook here, but down here you'll have videos, you'll have Excel spreadsheets, and as I go through here, these videos will explain it in more detail. Now, I'll give a lecture video a link in Canvas, but these videos are not lecture videos, these are presentation videos. This is like extra. You can look at these in addition to the lecture. So these are resources beyond the lecture in Canvas. And sometimes I have Excel files on how to work this stuff, okay, on how to work the material in the videos. I'll also have in the homework videos how to work the material in the homework, but these are how to work the material in the videos. And so I have forecasting, and some of these go beyond this course, in my graduate course and other courses. I have a forecasting videos here, linear programming videos, aggregate planning, inventory. So I have a lot of resources here. At the bottom are the projects lists here if you want to use those. We'll talk about those in just a second. Okay, let's go back to the syllabus. Now, after the first week and before the week of spring break, the workflow consists of watching your videos in Canvas and also on the website, downloading homework assignments, working the problems, attending the Zoom office hours, communicating with other students through Canvas discussions, submitting answers to your homework problems through Canvas. So you have a lot going on. Now, the organization of your time is your responsibility, but the submission of answers, in other words, what I mean by that is that you can look at these videos anytime you want. You can download the homework assignments however you want. There's no requirement on either attending different videos or how much you attend, but the submission of the answers to the homework are required from each student on time because no late assignments are accepted. So your time needs to be organized by you, but the submission is strict. No late assignments are accepted. You get a 0 if you don't submit it on time. So be careful. Manage your time well. Watching the videos, link will be in Canvas. The homework assignments are in Canvas. And the Zoom office hours, link in Canvas. Again, I've already mentioned this during the exam week and the project week. A review video will be provided for the exam. Instruction video will be provided for the project. Here are all the links that I've mentioned here. Here's the in Canvas. All links for this course will be provided in Canvas. However, the material resides in different locations. Some will be on my website, some on my YouTube channel, and the Zoom office hours are on Canvas. Each homework each homework assignment is 10 questions, 1 point per question. Exam is 6 topics, 30 questions, 90 minutes, 1 point per question. And the project is individual projects submitted online. Let's go into this a little deeper. Here's the material, the Red Book. Now the Red Book is in the bookstore. I don't have a lot of Red Books because it's required, but what I will be doing is posting different portions of that Red Book through Canvas. So you can either buy the Red Book, and it'll be the 2016 edition, but what I'll be posting on Canvas, notice here the 2016 edition, you can have that. A lot of people buy that, so they'll have a copy of it. And here it is, a copy of it. So they have my lectures here, but I'm modifying these lectures somewhat, adding to them, but I'll post those Word files on Canvas. And that's why I don't have a lot of them there. If you want it, it's great. It's perfectly fine. You can walk away with it. Or you can have them all on Canvas. Some people want it, some people don't. That's why I don't have a lot of versions of the Red Book in the bookstore. Now the textbook is also required, Heiser and Render. This is pretty much along the rigor of this course. And then down below here are the readings in the textbook. Again, everything resides in the lecture. Everything resides in the notes that I give in Canvas, the homework, and so the exams, the homework. I'll cover everything within downloadable Word files and also Excel files on the website and also on Canvas. But some people want a textbook and read it. It's up to you how much of these resources you download and how much you use. You're just required to submit the homework during the exam and submit the project. The Canvas require is because there's where you get other material, learning assignments, grades, upload, download assignments, etc. Then the website and then the YouTube channel. Okay, the next page. Okay, here comes the policies and procedures. There's the outline, the management. Here's the policies and procedures. First of all, this course is an online course. Reading material, homework assignments, exam, etc. Will be on in Canvas. Okay, the course grade is solely on, I've already mentioned this, rounding procedures. Rounding procedure will be applied to the homework, to working problems, to assigning grades. Well, let's look at the grades for a second. Let's back up here to the grades. If you get a 79.5%, 0.5 I round up to 1. So 79.5 I round up to 80, that's a B. If you get 79.4%, I round down to 79%, which is a C. So 0.5 or more I round up, less than 0.49 I round down. And that's what I'm saying down here on rounding. Let's go back to the rounding now. Down here. First of all, never round during calculations, only round presentations. If rounding to the unit digit, 1.5 is rounded to 2, 1.4 is rounded to 1. Specifically, the number x with a value between 1.5 and 2 is rounded to 2 if rounding to the units digit. And so the halfway I round up, less than half I round down. Prerequisites, I mentioned this. The points earned is how you calculate your grade. Nothing is accepted after the end of the course. Collaboration. Now, collaboration is encouraged throughout this course to learn the material, but each student is required to submit original work. Now, this first sentence here is important, not just for the course, but also for working. In other words, this is a professional school giving you a foundation degree to go out and work in business. So the idea here is collaboration is extremely important in school and in business. In other words, ask questions, learn from each other, if you're not clear, ask. And not only in school, but also in business. But each student is required to submit original work. Don't give other people's work, you give your work. You can learn from other people, but once you learn, you submit your work. No collaboration is allowed on exams, and only submit original composed individual project report. You are not allowed to use other people's written work, or don't let other people do your exam for you. You do the exam and you write your own material. You can collaborate with other people to learn the material, but take your own exam and submit your own report. Discussions will be provided on Canvas to do this. Use Canvas discussions between classmates for asking questions about the course material, answering questions about the course material, or other communications. However, collaboration is responsibility of each student. In other words, you say, oh, I didn't get with my group. Sometimes people have said this in the past. Lack of collaboration does not eliminate a student's responsibility to submit the assignments when due. For example, if a tutor is used, some people use tutors, which is responsibility of the student, be careful to use the tutor properly. Now, sometimes tutors are provided by the business school. Perfectly fine. That's good. But use tutors appropriately by learning the material. Don't let the tutor do the work for you. That's an improper use of a tutor. A tutor cannot take your exams for you. A tutor should not do your homework for you. A tutor should help you learn the material so you can do the homework, so you can do the project, so you can take the exams. So be careful. Now, communication. Communication includes discussion between students through Canvas and questions from me during Zoom office hours. The link and times for Zoom office hours are posted on Canvas. Now, I want to encourage questions from me through Zoom. Only use email or Canvas messaging for personal communications when necessary. Be careful using email or Canvas messaging. I don't always see it. I have a lot of email. I have a lot of messages. You'll see I'm approaching 1,000. Sometimes I see them. But more importantly, sometimes a Canvas message or an email may be taken out of context. Like, what course are you in? Why are you asking the question? Zoom is much more effective and much more efficient because you're here, I'm here, we can have a conversation. Do you mean this? No, I mean this. I can understand what you're asking. Sometimes people say, what am I doing wrong? Well, what did you do? And so Canvas Zoom is much more, the Zoom office hours are much more effective. But also, Canvas discussion boards are also important because sometimes a student can answer your question much better than I can because they may understand exactly what you're asking because they had the same question. Oh, they don't mean that, they mean this. Because sometimes students not really sure why they're asking the question. In other words, they have a question, but they don't understand the material enough to ask the question correctly. And so they might ask a question, and I'll answer that question as asked, but that's not what the student meant. And sometimes students can answer your question better than me, better than I can. So ask your fellow students on Canvas, ask me in Zoom, and the email and Canvas messaging should be the last mode of questions for me. Should the email be necessary, sometimes it is, for personal communication, use this email address and make sure you let me know that you're in BANA 3000. Then I can put it in a little bit more of a context. Okay, homework is important here. For each homework assignment, questions will be posted on Canvas in a Word file. Now, what I'm saying here, read this very carefully on how to submit questions. You go into the homework, you download the Word file. You have all the questions. Download it. You have all the questions. Work the questions, get the answers, collaborate, go into Excel, but it'll be multiple choice. Once you get all, I think maybe once or twice you upload a file. But once you get all the multiple choice questions, answers, you get all the answers for your homework, only then do you submit it. And when you submit it, once you begin submission, you only have 60 minutes to submit all the answers on an assignment. Every semester, people make mistakes. They click submit, and they're not ready to submit. Don't click submit until you have all the answers. Download the homework, get all your answers, and then submit only when you're ready, because you can only do it one time. You have 60 minutes. If you have all the answers, it takes you 4 and 5 minutes to submit all the answers, because they're all multiple choice. Click, 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 you're done. The 60 minutes is more than enough time to do all the work. Especially on some of them, you have to actually generate, I think, a file. I think one, maybe two homework assignments. You have to upload a file. You have to generate the file. So don't click submit until you have everything ready to go. Okay? But all the answers must be submitted on or before the due date and time. So now the due date and time are strictly enforced by Canvas. Canvas will not allow submission after the due date and time, even during the 60-minute time window. In other words, 11:58 and 59 seconds, you open it up, it'll close it. So wait a minute, I thought I had 60 seconds. No, you don't. You have 60 seconds before the due date and time. But that due date and time will be honored by Canvas. The 60 minutes will not. Okay. The due date and time is honored before the 60 minutes. Okay. The entire assignment must be submitted on or before the due date and time indicated. No late assignments are accepted. That's why it's important. If you get in there and you don't submit everything, that's your submission. You can't go in and submit it again. You can't submit the last half of it. So be very, very careful with submitting these assignments. Assignments not submitted have a grade of 0. That's your grade. The answer to the assignments will be posted online right after the due date. And that's why there's no late assignments. I post the answers. It's there. Okay? The answers are there. Now you see them. Now, I've already mentioned the exams here. The exams are designed for evaluation. I will give a no collaboration is allowed. A collaboration is cheating and represents academic dishonesty. And if that does happen, then I will report it as academic dishonesty. It'll go in your record. And notice I say academic dishonesty may be reported to Internal Affairs Committee of Business School for further action. Now, this further action could mean a 0, an F for the course. It could mean suspension. It could mean expulsion. I've been here long enough to all of that has happened because of academic dishonesty. I want to emphasize that academic dishonesty is not why we're here. We're here to learn. The grade should represent your learning. It should not be represented from how well you do academic dishonesty. So that's not why we're here. That's not why I'm here. And that's not why students are here. So be very careful of that. Okay. Individual project reports. Each student is required to conduct research and submit an originally composed individual project report. No work is accepted after the end of the course. Each student must perform their own work, and the individual project report will be 3 pages submitted as a PDF through Canvas. Okay, now I give different options here. I'm not going to go over this now because it's going to be the end of the course. After the break, I will give a video and I'll go over these 2 options and show you once you have the material behind you in the course, then this will make much more sense, better sense, okay? The individual project report will be 3 pages, and this is talking about how to do those 3 pages and submit the original project report, the originally composed individual project report through Canvas as a PDF file. And then down here are general policies. By the way, I'll give much more detail toward the end of the course. General policies. A most important policy, nothing will be considered after the end of the course. between the beginning of the course and the end of the course, that's when all the work needs to be done, needs to be submitted. After the end of the course, nothing is considered. Everything has to be done between those two time periods, those two marks. Okay. Submission of grades. All the grades will be submitted through Canvas. Now, notice what I say here. Submit homework assignments and individual project reports through Canvas on or before the due date and time. The exams are through Canvas too. A homework assignment or individual project report not received when due, either through Canvas or by email with an online date and time stamp, has a grade of 0. No late assignments are accepted. Now, submit everything through Canvas. But sometimes I'll get emails and say, something happened. Can I submit it by email? And I'll accept it through email. That's not the preferred way to submit assignments. You have to submit them through Canvas. But if I see a 0 on Canvas and I see an email with your either homework submission with all the answers or your report, but that's timed and date stamped before they are due, I'll go ahead and accept them. Okay, but if they're after the due date and time, I won't accept them. So just because you submit it says you have it, no, it's after due date and time. I'm very strict with that. Grades will be posted on Canvas. No plus minus grades. The course grades will be sent to the registrar. All the grades will be in Canvas except the course grade. That's sent to the registrar. Academic dishonesty, and I've already mentioned that, on anything in this course for further action. Now the conduct. We were asked to put this in our syllabus, and I am. Here is the code of conduct for everybody on campus. Students, faculty, staff, visitors, anybody on campus. That's the code of conduct. Now, this is the university information procedures, policies, all kinds of HR procedures here. This link will give all of those policies and procedures that will be required. So make sure you look over those things like discrimination, different types of policies for behavior, all kinds of things in human resources. Now, FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, required by law, this is FERPA. This is how we release that information. FERPA laws require very specific handling of student information, not only their private information, but also their grades and their grades. So make sure you understand how that works. Because sometimes can I have this grade? Sometimes you say yes, sometimes you say no because of FERPA. Okay, and then finally, any current or potential indications of violations of verbal or physical disruption or intimidation can be reported to the care team. Now, what this means, this is any type of behavior, verbal or physical intimidation, disruption that is concern, that could lead to violent acts or even undermining education. The care team is an assessment team that will go and evaluate this. If there's some problems here, report it to the care team, and they will evaluate that on campus. And this also extends not just physically on campus, but also online. In other words, any incident of violent or disruptive behavior can be reported to the Internal Affairs Committee of the Business School. Conduct also includes etiquette, behavior verbally and physically, that is respectful to all people, the facilities, and the institution. Be careful what you say, how you say it. The conduct must be respectful to not only physically, but also online. The hour commitment expectation, the faculty policies state that courses in the business school should require of their students a workload. So there's a workload expectation here from students. For example, students for a 3 credit hour course should be anywhere from like 3 to 6 hours a week. That's on the average. And so the idea of 2 to 5, 2 to 6, something like that per week. Some people may spend an hour. Some people may spend 2 to 3 hours. Some people might spend as much as 5 and 6 hours or 8 hours. But there is an expectation every week to spend a certain amount of hours. Now, I give you as much help as I can, and that if you are efficient with the support that I give you with the videos, hopefully the number of hours is less than people who don't take advantage of the resources. Okay. Policy on ads, drops, and incomplete grades. I do not approve ads or drops, but I'm very strict on incomplete grades. I do not give incomplete grades. They're not given. You get the grade at the end of the course. Now, this statement here is important. Policies in this syllabus apply to every student. That's extremely important for a number of reasons. One, sometimes people bring special circumstances to me. I have a special circumstance. I will listen, I will consider, and I will help them through those special circumstances if I can. But one thing that I will not do, I will not lower the standards. I will not violate the policies, procedures, and rules in the course. The policies in this course apply to every student equally. That doesn't mean I won't help you within those policies and within that structure, but I will not violate that structure. I say that for two reasons, for two groups of people. One, sometimes students will come and say, I have a special case, so therefore I want different procedures. I want different policies that apply to me. And I'll say, no, I won't. I'll work within them to help you, but I will not violate those rules within this course. For the second group of people that don't do that, be assured that other people who want that to be done, I will not do that. So you can rest at ease, like, yes, everyone is treated the same way. Everyone is treated equally. I will not treat anyone differently simply because they have a special circumstance. I will help them. I'll help them as much as I can, but not to the point where I'll violate the policies and principles that are laid down in the structure of this course. Okay, that's all I have for the syllabus here for this video. Now, every week, be ready for the lecture video to describe the material, the homework video to describe the homework, and office hours. Every 2-week sessions, 2-week intervals, we'll have 6 office hours. So take advantage of all the resources. And as I said in the welcome video, it's a collaborative experience. Use these resources, and I'll help you as much as I can. So that's all I have for the syllabus. That's all I have for this video. We'll see you in the course.